Hey guys, it's Ashley and this is my video about Olivia's first month of life. So we had Olivia. It was the best thing of life just seeing her come out. But then all of a sudden I was overtaken by this anxiety and this fear that I need to keep this little, beautiful, perfect angel alive and I don't know what I'm doing. And I remember staying up all night for the first few nights just staring at her, watching her chest go up and down. I couldn't let myself sleep because I was so nervous about her. And that probably happened for the first 4 days until we left the hospital, that I just stared at her and didn't sleep. It was all a bit of a blur. And by the time we finally got her home, I was starting to really feel the effects of not sleeping and the effects of being so nervous and anxious. And I honestly felt depressed. I would cry. I couldn't even explain why. I was so happy to have her, but I would just cry, and I was so tired and nervous and worried, and I thought I'm never going to sleep again for the rest of my life, and I'm going to worry about her for the rest of my life, which I probably will, and I found it really, really difficult. So we got home, and I hadn't left the house. I basically sat in the bed all day, either trying to breastfeed or going down and warming her up some Enfamil A+, with DHA, which is the only formula that I'll use. And I did feel like a bit of a failure because I couldn't fully breastfeed her, and I saw these other people that would have a baby and just all of a sudden their babies would drink their milk and everything was great, and I was trying and trying and trying for hours and she was still hungry, and I felt so bad and almost like I kind of failed as a mother. But we'll get more onto the breastfeeding and formula topic on another video. So about a week in, my mom finally said to me, we gotta go out. Let's go out for coffee. And I said, I can't go out for coffee. I have Olivia. She said, honey, people with babies do leave the house. And, of course they do. But in my thinking at that point in time, it was kind of like I'm never going to be able to do anything again. So we packed Olivia up and we went out for coffee. And I remember just kind of sitting there, and I didn't feel myself. I didn't feel happy. But I remember sitting there and thinking, okay, I'm out of the house and she's okay, and maybe I can leave the house. And that was a huge step for me. And we continued going out for coffee and dinner and lunches with Olivia probably every day because I just needed to get out, and I think it made me feel a little more human. I want to just touch on the postpartum depression. I'm not entirely sure I had a full-blown postpartum depression, but I certainly was close, I'd say. I had a really, really hard time the whole first month. And I think I cried every day. I was really sore from the delivery. I was really down about not being able to breastfeed. I was exhausted. I wasn't sleeping. I was nervous and I was anxious. And I think all of these things are super normal to feel. So if you've just had a baby or you're going to have a baby, keep that in mind. And it does get better. I didn't really see at that point in time that there could be a light at the end of the tunnel. I just felt completely alone, and as much as people would tell me it's okay, this is normal, it's hard when you feel just pain and sadness, but you have a beautiful baby looking up at you. It's a really confusing time. But as soon as her second month hit and I flew back to Canada, it's like the fog lifted and I was able to enjoy the process, which was so nice. Because the first month I, of course, loved every second holding her, but it was like I couldn't let myself not hold her and hug her and watch her, and I was completely consumed by her. I still am now. I have a lot more fun with her, and she's not so breakable, which helps, because even when I was carrying her in her first month, I was like so afraid I was going to fall down the stairs. I remember I kept having these visions of me getting up in the night with her to take her down to get a bottle or pump or whatever I was going to try and do to get some food in her, and I kept thinking I'm going to fall down the stairs. So I would go step by step and hold on so tight, and I was so stressed out. Basically anything you could worry about, I was worrying about. So to summarize my first month, it was scary. I was scared because I didn't feel like myself anymore. I was scared because I kind of lost that fun-loving, happy, excited about everything person. I just all of a sudden was someone else, and I'm really happy that I came out the other side of it and feel so much better now. It's crazy. I would sit there and just look at her and think, I love you more than I ever even imagined I could love anything. times infinity. Like there was just, it was crazy, this intense love and emotion that I felt towards her, and I still feel. But I just couldn't really enjoy it in the first month because it was like a bit of a crazy love. But now it's just like, I love you, love. So that's what my first month was. That's kind of the struggles I was dealing with. But I do feel so blessed and so lucky to have my little babe, my little best friend. And it was funny. Some of you would just send me a tweet or a message that was just say, hey, I'm thinking of you and Olivia. Hope you guys are doing well. And although I may not have responded at the time because I just wasn't in the right headspace, seeing those little messages made me feel so good, because I would think, oh, you know, that's so nice that somebody's thinking of us, and I didn't just fall off the face of the earth. I'm here, and it was really, really helpful. So thank you guys, to those of you that reached out, and to those of you that still reach out, because some days when you've got about 2 hours of sleep and you feel delusional, you're so tired, it's just a nice little present to see that somebody's thinking of you. So thank you guys so much for the support. I have her 2-month video coming up, and she got her needles in it. And I'll show you the video. Oh, it was the saddest thing. Wait, now I'm actually gonna cry. That's not normal. Something's wrong with me. Okay, I'm pulling it back together. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you at her 2-month video. Bye!